Everybody remembers their childhood home, and I am no exception. I was fortunate as a child to not have to move around much. We moved from where I was born to another neighborhood when I was around 4 or 5, and when we needed to renovate the house we moved into, we stayed at the neighbor's house, which was literally right next door, until our renovation was done, and walked through the fence right back over to our newly renovated house. And the rest is history. This is the place where I grew up and made all of my memories. Many friends were brought over, parties were had, family cookouts and stories were shared, and high school projects, homeworks, and collections were completed. Tears were shed in this house. Relationships were made and broken in the confines of my room. And it isn't just the house that I feel so attached to. The neighborhood is magical. There is no other like it. You never walk out of the door without seeing someone you know. All the neighbors are friends, and all the dogs are friends. The houses are beautiful, and the trees are full of life and rich in color, just like the people. Whenever I hear the saying, "It takes a village," I always think of my time there. Many people in that neighborhood helped raise me. Talk is cheap. That's why when my parents started joking about wanting to move to Florida, I let it roll off my shoulders. Everybody wants to move to Florida. Palm trees, white sandy beaches, warm weather year-round, can't beat it. But jokes turned into discussions, and discussions turned into research. "We'll wait until you're released out of college," they said. "Don't worry, it'll be a couple of years," they said. Flash forward a couple of months later, the house is sold, the U-Hauls are packed, and my parents are plopped in a new house in St. Petersburg, Florida. So what, you may be saying? Who cares? And you're right, moving houses, big deal. In the scheme of things, it really doesn't matter, and I almost feel silly for talking about it in the first place. But I had trouble with it. I always knew in my heart of hearts that I didn't want to move, but the reaction and the feelings that I had toward the event taught me a lot about myself. One of the most important things, change is hard, but also good. I learned I hate change. I hate being uncomfortable. I haven't had the easiest year, and them moving was the icing on the cake. It came at a really turbulent time in my life where there was already a lot of uncertainty, but it taught me a lot. I have never had a lot of uncomfortable moments in my life, and I know this is good for me. I realize that the uncomfortable spots are the spots that you can really grow and learn to live a life worth living. Although I run back to comfort sometimes, I realize being uncomfortable is where it's at. It's a very weird balance because it does suck and it is a turbulent time that I am truly experiencing in the broadest sense of the word. I am experiencing and growing up and learning more about myself and the transformation that takes place when you are jumping through transition and not holding tight to the one thing that used to give you the illusion of comfort.